Hi guys, back again with another old versus new, Join Jules, Uncle Brad. This month, you really challenged me. This is a newbie, and I didn't think that there were newbies out there, but this is a new challenge, and I'm so excited to learn about it because I, like probably a lot of viewers, are going to have no idea what this is, no idea where it came from. So I'm really stoked to learn about it. And Uncle Brad, I don't want to butcher it. Tell us what we're doing today.
Yeah, I huge fan of this drink, and admittedly, I had no idea what this alcohol was prior to some research that I was doing a while back for a dinner. But cachaça, which is the alcohol we're going to be talking about today, which is it is the spirit of Brazil. This exploration event that I went on years ago was we were going to make this dinner at home, and I was going to do a Brazilian style dinner. And so of course I had to be like, well, what's a Brazilian style drink? And it was the Caipirinha, which uses cachaça.
I've seen it before. This bottle in particular, I saw it at Bevmo, and I had seen it near the rum, and I never knew what it was. So give me the lowdown. Give me all the deets.
Yeah, well, it makes sense that it's near the rum. At one time, they even called it Brazilian rum in the United States until about 1944. Relations between Brazil and the United States were warming up, and Brazil's like, hey, man, this is kind of important to us. We call it cachaça here, and you can't call it Brazilian rum anymore. So cachaça is actually the third most produced alcohol in the world. They make 1.4 billion liters per year across 5,000 different brands. And so there's all of these distillers, a lot of artisanal distillers down in Brazil that make cachaça, but then you've got these big major players, 51 being one of them, that distribute a majority of the cachaça to the United States and the rest of the world. So cachaça didn't really make it around and get real popular. And the other reason is that the Brazilians really like it so much, it just didn't make it out of the country. And so all of that alcohol, all of that cachaça that they make, 1.4 billion liters, 1% gets exported out of Brazil. 1%.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's still to this day.
Still to this day. So we don't actually have any real idea, unless we've been to Brazil or are from Brazil, all of the varieties of cachaça that is down there. And what I can tell from what I was reading, there's some beautiful stuff happening down there.
Well, speaking of it, let's talk about the Caipirinha.
It's three simple ingredients. It's limes, it's cachaça, and sugar. Okay, so the first thing you do is you got to kind of prep your lime. And I'm going to not go through the whole process of prepping the lime, but all you do is you take a lime and you cut the ends off it, right? So you've got this lime that's got no ends like this. And then you cut the lime in half. And then when you look down the middle of that lime, you've got that white strip, the pith. Cut that out with a knife, and then simply just flip the line over, cut it in half again. And then I cut it into thirds. So I've got now 6 pieces for 1/2. And here is that, here's what that looks like. All right, so I've got my limes. I'm going to put them in my glass. I'm using a rocks glass, which is traditional. And you kind of want to use something that's substantial because you're going to muddle and you don't want to break the glass. So I've got my lime in here. Now I'm going to take 3 heaping tablespoons of sugar. Don't freak out. If you want to use monk sugar, you can, but I'm using the regular stuff. So now I'm going to muddle, and I'm just going to press and twist. In fact, if you want to add a little chilled water, I've got my ice sitting here kind of melting in this little cup. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to add a little chilled water. Let that work around. You'll want the dilution because the drink it's a stiff one. Now I'm going to take my 51, which is from Sao Paulo, and they're very proud of their 51 down there. So I'm going to do 2 ounces. Now I've got this in my glass. I'm going to get ready here with my ice. I'm going to give just a little stir, kind of move things around a little bit here, right, and get things working a little bit. And then I'm going to add my ice. And then I'm going to give it one more stir. And this time I kind of want to bring stuff up again into the drink incorporate things, kind of get it melting a little bit, diluting, because again, it's a strong drink. Garnish with my lime wedge. I'm working on my garnish game because somebody in this room does a really good job with their garnishes. And voila.
Look at that.
Oh gosh, that is so good.
I can't believe how easy it is.
Super easy.
I think the most complicated thing is just cutting the lime, but once you got that down, you're golden.
Yeah. Don't let the lime prevent you from drinking a Caipirinha. Hey, one thing I'll tell you too about cachaça. It is excellent in tiki drinks. You can do a lot with cachaça. It belongs on your shelf, and it belongs in your bar. It belongs on the shelf at the liquor store. Cachaça is a category unto itself and absolutely deserves the recognition. And we should be drinking more of this stuff in the United States. And I know I am going on an explorative trip to find as much and as different cachaças as I can. One more thing I'll tell you, you can treat this like I said, it's like a margarita, right? Because it's just lime, sugar, and spirit. So like a margarita, and you have all these different kinds of margaritas. Same thing with caipirinhas. You can do all kinds of different things and add different like fig and ginger, which believe it or not tastes really good, to your drink. Yeah. So
what I did is I actually took inspiration from our last talk about tiki drinks. So all I'm doing is lime juice, banana simple syrup, orange curacao, coconut milk, and cachaça. And shaking that and putting it in a coupe. So I'm going to start making my cocktail because I already had one of these earlier today and I cannot wait to have another one. We're going to take our cachaça and I'm doing about 1.5 ounces, 3/4 of an ounce of the orange curacao. I'm also going to do 3/4 of an ounce of that banana simple syrup. And then lastly, I'm going to do 1 ounce of coconut milk. All we're going to need to do is do half of a lime juiced into our shaker. Then we just got to shake. You got that beautiful, almost egg white, eggshell color. And then we're just going to garnish with dehydrated citrus.
Love it.
Boom. There you go.
It is gorge.
I'm telling you, it needs the lime juice. I don't know. It just balances it so well.
Yeah, I did some digging and came across even a couple of menus, and they get pretty wild with the drink, and not in a bad way, like in a good way. They mix it with all these different flavors. Like they have one that's actually mixed with like a coconut rum and cachaça.
Interesting.
And it's like a tropical, almost like a pina colada. They've got them obviously mixed with pineapple juice. I saw one with fig and ginger, of all things. And so I think you could definitely have a good run tasting a variety of the drinks down there. So, but it's interesting because that's the one that came up for me when I was studying Brazilian menus and I wanted to make a Brazilian dinner, and that was the drink that just kind of kept surfacing. So I'm glad it did.
Okay, guys. Well, that's it for cachaça. I am so happy that we took the time to learn about it because it is my new favorite. Like Brad, like you said, this might be on my patio all summer long. I'm really excited. Again, as always, we'll have the recipes below. We'll have our Instagram handles, the website, all the things, but don't forget, I'm Join Jules. You can find me at join_Jules. We have Uncle Brad at Cigars and Vino. So make sure to like, subscribe, do all the things because we have so much more to do, to learn, and more importantly, so much more to drink. So Uncle Brad, thank you for teaching us about cachaça. And until next time, cheers.
Cheers.